I'm remaking this video, and for the first time ever, well, not really. I'll be watching it. I'll be watching the first version so I can improve upon it, and it's not ironic. That's how knowledge works. You put layers and layers and layers, and potentially, at some point, you're satisfied with how it looks like, alright? So I have to put another layer of like editing or reacting to my own stuff, to my own thoughts, so I can improve upon that. Because it's very important. I have discovered a lot of things while making the video. That's how I make videos. I make sure to just contemplate on a lot of things on the spot. And I came up with this idea that I have this boredom demon that I have to feed all the time. I have a plan. I have prepared food for the boredom demon, but I constantly have to like spice it up to make sure it's never boring, because that's the whole point. If I feed the boredom demon more boring things, if I'm not excited about life, I potentially can lose a lot of things that my future holds. You know, there's a lot of things I want to achieve in life, and being YouTube CEO is like the greatest title in the universe right now. Like anything better than that. Obviously, if I fart too loud, everyone is gonna be like, "Oh, you're too controversial. You can't work for YouTube, okay?" But slowly, like, my channel is rising in popularity or watch time. I don't care. Watch time is everything to me, alright? Subscriber count is 0. If I can convince a subscriber to stick around and consume my content, that's it. That's the winning play, right? So we should be flexing that, and YouTube should be embracing this kind of number somehow, right? And yeah, that would be fucking easy if we just had a triangle number of watch time, and instead of a square number, because square scales really fast. I'm kind of sad that square numbers are the ones who define power. Like, if you want to square something, you just type in the number and the power of 2. But if you want to triangle something, there's no formula for it. And I'm sorry, guys. All you have to do, technically, it's like half of the square. It's weird, man. But yeah, let's, I'll just gonna do an experiment because I'm constantly bouncing around. I want to do this. So let's say I have received 2.5k this week of watch time. So if I want to get the triangle number, that'll be level 70. And let's say someone gets 100,000 minutes watch time. It could be 1 million watch time. They would be level 1,400. So still like ridiculously high, even in comparison, but like these numbers are small in comparison to millions and billions that people get. So that's way more reasonable, and it makes more sense, because again, as you reach more people, it's a very simple principle of you just expanding your little circle of things, and it kind of expands exponentially. You know, it's kind of exponential, but technically it's not a square, right? Even though it follows the square thing. I don't know. I just love triangle numbers. I want them to be more popular, so I would use that instead. For no particular reason. Maybe it makes you think about triangles, right? Like, maybe you rise to the top, and so you're expanding your triangle. And the best way to do it is not like from top to bottom, but kind of is. Like, you are your own person, you're a unique person, but in order to spread your influence, you have to go to and reach more people with that influence. So that kind of makes sense that it could be a triangle number in terms of it's because of this, alright? It's not like I'm rickrolling you guys, but like, you can just boil it down of like, well, YouTube logo contains a triangle, so I have to use that. But I just want to like move on to the next subject, which is watching my video and criticizing. So the first thing I actually do, the first few seconds, is pull up this 10,000 milestone. All right, becoming truly a CEO. Like I've truly spent enough time, made enough videos, and there's no going back. All right, I could crash at any moment. Someone could just snipe me down. I don't. Please. Illegal. Illegal, guys. No one should be doing illegal things. But yeah, I mean, everyone can disrupt my operation some way, somehow. That's very cool to do, and try and do, and become a criminal about it. It's gonna make some news stories. I will still potentially come out on top. That's fine, as long as I don't get jail time like Trump is about to get. But I mean, he peaked his popularity. He became a president. Now there's consequences, which is very funny. You know, when you become a popular president, a way too popular across the entire world, everyone knows who Trump is. It's a little bit too much for people to handle. All right, they have to put him in jail and cut him into pieces to get the attention back. There's now the attention deficit on the entire America, but they don't know how to do it. They just don't know how to do it. So they want to put him in jail. They want to destroy his reputation somehow, but they still don't know how to do it. I can do it, guys. I'm YouTube CEO. I'm way more powerful than a president of the United States. That's garbage. That's garbage to me, man. I laugh at that title. All right. And you never, once you actually question that, it's like, well, president is like the most powerful person, right? Probably not. Unfortunately, probably not. I'm not saying that I want to be the most powerful person, but I'm becoming, alright? And you can still stop me from getting my full powers by employing yourself, which is still very difficult for people to do, so it's probably not going to happen either. I'm just going to collect knowledge and prove to you guys that knowledge is gold and that it allowed me to go this far. All right? Slowly people will open their earwax, and maybe it all just happened. Maybe the stats are great because of one particular thing. I have labeled a playlist as podcast, but we'll never know until I look at the stats. I can only speculate, and I don't want to do that. So in the end of the month, you can check out what actually gave me the most views. If my channel grows 40% more again, just keeps growing rapidly, it is pretty scary. It is pretty scary. It's 40% is not so exponential. Doesn't feel exponential, but it is what it is. It's not exponential if it just like grows by a certain amount of subscribers, right? Like 50,000 subscribers or something. It's exponential if it's percentage. Then like it's very scary. And it is. I sit here and I do acknowledge that that's exactly how I feel. I look at the stats and I can relate. The most relatable thing is just statistics to me. So I like feel ridiculously comfortable. And the next thing I say in the video is that I made all these videos, right? As YouTube CEO, that's kind of my job, to just kind of consume other people's material, like, but I do it in the most spectacular fashion. Susan's job was to kind of advertise YouTube to advertisers and make it rich with money, all right? If enough influencers care and contribute and collect actual influence, you're gonna get rewarded with money. That was like the connection that Susan was able to do. Was she actually a YouTube CEO is still questionable, alright? Now that you step down, you can't defend your title very easily. It could be also broken down. I could be the first one. People will not know me as the first YouTube CEO because, well, name is the name, but YouTube Rewind tells the other story, where you can go back in time and change history whenever the fuck you want. That's the idea. Oh, you thought YouTube Rewind is about encapsulating history? Then why the fuck people hate it so much? Why it was cancelled? And even I couldn't do it 1 year to fill in the blank. So I would have done a terrible job. Like, I'm growing exponentially as well. Like, personally. That's why I relate to the stats. I personally understand more and more things and interconnect those things. Every time something new happens, I say to myself, wow, I grow exponentially, because that's the whole idea, right? If something new happens, that means I leveled up my goddamn triangle. Alright, I went deeper. I found something new because I went deeper. I found a better, cluster of diamonds in there. And it's very satisfying. So, let's dive into my video and break down more stuff. Thank you guys for surviving through the introduction. My average watch time is ridiculous. It's almost 7 minutes. It's crazy, dude. It's normally like 2 minutes when I started. It was normally just 2 minutes. People couldn't, just wanted to click away. It was too painful for them. Alright, to listen to me. And I still think it is, because that's just a normal reaction. If you find someone completely new, you're not going to be able to stay for too long and invite them into your home. Like, do you invite total strangers into your home? And that's the feeling. Alright? And everyone like soaked in that feeling, and now there's a lot of silence all around. Because there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of things to do, but like silence actually like breaks me quite a bit. And whatever this person is referencing, it's kind of like in the start of the video, where I talk about, again, my concern that like silence is really annoying. I repeat this over and over again. That silence is now related to the apocalypse. And this is where we started. We started by putting on the masks. We started by literally symbolizing silence, that we don't speak. That this is the virus that is spreading. We literally symbolize that. It is ridiculous what is happening. And now there's inflation. So, inflation actually symbolizes noise. That there's a lot of useless things that we're doing in society, and we cannot bring the inflation down. We cannot stop wars. So silence is causing the apocalypse we live today. And there's 4 phases. Alright, there's 4 phases of the apocalypse. We're going through the second and the second half of the second. So it's the 4th year. But there's going to be 8 years of the apocalypse, or so it seems. Based on the pattern. If we break the pattern, things going to get even way more confusing, even to me. Alright? Who knows what's gonna... Maybe the time will stop. Maybe it will take a lot longer for the apocalypse to go through. I don't know, man. The thing I learned while sitting in the shadows is that everything is kind of unpredictable, and you have to keep yourself on your toes, but at the same time, you can do like whatever you want for the most part. Is that you just have to know that a lot of things are potentially unpredictable until you put your attention to it. When you put your attention to it, you get psychic abilities. And most importantly, psychics no longer have a good reputation. But they probably don't need good reputation, because all they do is ask for money, right? They think they're gonna get easy employment as psychics. Well, I know what actual psychic ability is, because I know way too many things now. And I'm like scared at some point I'm gonna hit rock bottom of knowledge, but probably not. Because now I need psychic ability to actually find meaning in the most meaningless things ever. Like kettle boiling just kind of reminds me of like, oh, my mom used to not use the kettle, the electric one. She used to do the stove thing, and it's painful because she kind of defends her behavior, and it just means so many things, and I still haven't fixed that shit. All right, she still does potentially a lot of meaningless stuff that I could fix. So I found meaning. I found problems that I could solve in the future. That's the psychic ability. What else do you need? And another thing is working with memory, right? I wouldn't be able to do shit with my psychic ability if I didn't care to remember what my mom tends to do, right? If I just forget about it, if my heart just starts erasing, if Men in Black show up and just knock my memory out of my face, I mean, well, I still store it in different places, like my computer, YouTube, my heart can remember things. Fantasy, like the knowledge that I find, I store it everywhere. Literally everywhere. I'm just leaking knowledge because I can't put it in my brain anymore. I try to put it everywhere, and I would love to put it in other people too. Alright, just put knowledge in their computers, their YouTube channels and stuff like that, in their stuff too. Alright, and maybe they could be happy. Like, I have a extra Discord channel where it's no longer active, but like I am still free to say whatever I want to some extent, as long as I'm not stepping out of line. I just like found my soulmate, where I can kind of be myself, and as long as, you know, it's like card game related, and it's very satisfying. So it's very difficult to like find storage for your knowledge, if you can relate. I'm not sure if you can relate, but I'm sure this guy can relate after vomiting all this weird stuff that I don't care about. He was just like triggered by the word apocalypse and started vomiting. I mean, that is a trigger word, I'm not gonna lie. That's a good time to vomit if you start realizing what apocalypse means. And apocalypse shouldn't mean some kind of word or what is it? There's usually, everything comes from Latin meanings, and I don't care. Alright? Unless you shove it down my throat, a Latin meaning of something, and it's not hypocritical, then maybe I care. But if you're saying that it means to reveal, and then you reveal something that I is way out of context, then you're just being hypocritical, and I don't care. I'm sorry, bro. And anytime someone says they're the biggest fan, well, they probably just want to use your toilet to vomit into, alright? So, YouTube is a very weird place, I'm not gonna lie. It's very, every time I try to communicate with people, they're just kind of weird, and they do their thing, and they just kind of ignore me, but I understand, like, I need to kind of give service, and as long as you use my toilet, I feel a little bit better than you using someone else's toilet. So please go ahead. You are the biggest fan, I guess. That's what he said. But I'm not gonna pull it up. It's kind of a wholesome comment, but I'm not. Vomit is what I care about now. So let's dive into the video. I already wasted like 20 minutes. It's crazy. And yes, I've already celebrated 20,000 with this picture in particular. Love and freedom. You have to like find the balance between the two. It's pretty interesting. Now, I'm not exactly sure you can let the video play for you guys. I'm not sure what's the most comfortable thing to do, or should I just consume it back and regurgitate? Am I the vomit? You know, but am I the vomit, guys? I don't feel like the vomit. I just feel like people are neglecting me, and it's very, very painful. I'm not gonna, it's painful. It's good. The most painful thing to know is like how destroyed of a person I am. The most destroyed things like my eyesight, because I don't go outside, I don't get natural light, and I'm very bleak. My back is bent still and probably unbendable without ridiculous amount of exercise. Uh, and I've lost plenty of teeth. They just crumbled apart. Who knows why? Normally, everything kind of is based. It falls back on the back. All right, if you have like a terrible posture and potentially sunlight too, if you terrible amount of energy, maybe masturbation adds some pressure on it. I would imagine it's like technically having sex, but like even more intense. Because for the most part, before you have sex, you have to drive, travel, talk to a person, still feel weird feelings, and potentially even not actually do it. Just pretend that you really want it, but you got rejected or whatever, and just that's it. That's, the nature of having sex, guys. Very nice. But yeah, I don't support that at all. I think I'm doing fine as long as I live and breathe. I think everything is fixable, and I've seen people fix things before. So if I get in trouble, I should be able to fix that shit. Anyways, so when you're passionate about something, you don't really care to take care of yourself. And again, if I just go outside, people are capable of judging me based on my looks. But, like, who cares? Why do you care how I look? That's not my job. That's not what I do. That's not what I'm passionate about. I'm not even a normie. I live in the shadows. Alright? And it's actually pretty fucking dangerous for people to judge me. Not because I will point a finger at them, but maybe I will. Alright? Maybe I'll be forced. I don't know. Maybe I'll feel like it at that moment. The shadows are unpredictable, and that's how it has to stay that way to give me the ultimate power. And once I've learned to control my powers, they're probably going to be stuck with me for the rest of my life, whether I am in the shadows or not. People will still feel the presence of the shadows anyways. It's not going to go away just because I come out, Not out of a closet, out of like a very, very scary movie, which is, well, real life that was never really observed by anyone else but me. I get to tell a very unique story because no one knows who I am or where I came from. And it's not like it's a very exciting story either. It's just the more passionate you are, the more annoying little things are. Like, even like the little things my mom does, and the fact that I have to live with her and I'm stuck. Like, all these little things society deems as like, oh, that is crazy. But like I have to take care of her. Alright? The fact that she's annoying and the fact that I wanted to leave, it's still not good enough reasons to actually leave because money. Money runs everything right now. And if I lose money, and if I lose freedom, that's it, bro. I'm not able to make videos, and that's my passion right now. So I cannot compromise my passion no matter how hard I try. Alright? Passion is everything. The moment you find it, and yes, I will advertise YouTube as like, find your passion, guys. And I'm not advertising YouTube because I'm sponsored. I just want more people to be excited about this platform in their own unique ways. Again, if you check out my channel, I'm excited in a lot of unique ways to explore different people in different ways. Again, maybe you can figure out how to play this button game too, alongside with me. It still just has 40 views. So I'm very concerned that people don't even care when I click the button. It's not entertaining for you guys. Look, I'm getting this number up. That was the whole point of the video. Hitting 20,000. That's the point. But you can do it too. Alright, so, let's play the video now. 10,000 a pretty weird way, I'm not gonna lie. Was that the... So it was weird, because, Susan stepped down the moment I hit 10,000, or was about to hit 10,000. Susan stepped down. I'm not gonna review the footage when that happened, but it's really quite a fascinating another coincidence atop a coincidence. I love that. Alright? It's my favorite thing to do is discuss coincidences. Because that's what happens when you have psychic powers. You actually can pick up on weird things that are like super cool at the same time and feel valuable just because like, well, things get entangled. Like, it feels like it doesn't feel like a coincidence. It feels like a bird was flying and got entangled into some weird shit. And now you found the bird. You were just like walking around with your psychic abilities. You'll have heard something struggling, and you found an entangled bird. And now you can keep the bird if you want, potentially, because you caught it. Normally birds just fly away before you can catch them, but this one you just found entangled. You can keep it, I guess. You can try. Who cares, right? Let's see what happens. Let's keep the bird. So that is the very interesting nature of actual psychic abilities. There's no magical powers, guys. How reality works is pretty basic. But there is magical power called looking through the window. And YouTube is technically a window to every other person's window. It's just you guys don't see each other most of the time. But you can try. You can try and communicate. I've not been able to reach out to a YouTuber. Alright? And, but I try to, like, with my heart to understand them and connect to them. And maybe someday it's still a dream to come true, to reach out to a YouTuber. A person with 200,000 subscribers was recommended my channel. But he's a piece of shit, so I guess that doesn't count. Well, he did recommend my channel too. He was recommended. It just went through his whole shitty body. All right, so I guess I did a pretty good job if it just went through. All right, went through his system and like very clean stuff. Didn't get stuck into his system. All right, I didn't make a new enemy for myself. If you're wondering who that person is, I actually should have it here. For some reason, it's flashing. Yeah, Deadwing. There you go. So, very weird thing. Like, I sit here and I am very entertained, but I am alone. So there's not enough feedback for me to, like, be entertained by other people who are fans of me, right? Who write comments under my video and say, like, oh, that was so interesting because of this, and that. You know, I'm not entertained. I'm not receiving enough attention and comments, so it's very difficult for me to feed the beast. The beast of boredom. It's the scariest one, my friends. And Mr. Beast has nothing to do with the beast of boredom. Alright? The demon of boredom that I have. Because Mr. Beast technically tries to, like every influencer out there, it tries to make people entertained, but the reality is he does it for too short of a period of time. Alright? I have infinite entertainment, technically. All I do is just document how I was entertained. So you can't just look into my videos and be like, oh, your entertainment sucks. I just document, I give you instructions on how you can do the same thing. You can entertain yourself the same way, and it's gonna be more meaningful than just scrolling through TikTok, alright? Because just YouTube operates on much higher level. It's a much better playground for people. And a lot of people, if you find them on TikTok, posting some unique stuff, unique content, they're kind of insecure people, and they have to be brought into YouTube level. A lot of like celebrities do that, and it's like surprising to me. But yeah, you have to like explore TikTok as well a little bit to understand what it's all about. But YouTube is way more interesting. Again, the search functionality is pretty cool. But yeah, both platforms are really powerful. And YouTube has failed with Shorts a little bit, but when I evaluated, actually Shorts came out on top. What was the evaluation? Like, it's crazy. Shorts versus TikTok. I made evaluations, and I'm like really surprised. The evaluation of TikTok is 303. The evaluation of Shorts is like 3% more. 3% is pretty huge difference, alright, for rivals. But, and if you reach 10% difference, you just win, alright? You know, like in chess, if your ELO rating is 10% more, you're like 90% favored, 10% more likely to win, or 10 times more likely to win or something, just because you have 10% better rating, because it stacks. It just your knowledge and ability to read the board keeps stacking. Ability to play chess, or any other game for that matter, and YouTube is also technically a game, and every single move matters. And that's another reason to have psychic abilities, is to understand what happens after you make a move. You have to be able to read what happens, how the ripple effect affects the rest of the world. And I believe that's the weakness that Mr. Beast has. He doesn't actually know how his actions are going to impact the world. No, I think he knows. I think he's a little bit too smart, and I'm not sure what to make of it. He just kind of nailed the YouTube game, and I mentioned Mr. Beast a few times in the video as well, so I'm not just pulling my hair out. Requirement this whole time. So now I'm twice the size. Alright? And if I need to bump this number, I can just eat. Technically, I'm very curious how long it took me. It was February 17th since I made this video. It took me 1.5 months to get to 20,000. Oh. Please don't. I guess it's gonna happen every other month, guys. I'm gonna reach 10,000 every other month. It shouldn't speed up or slow down. It could slow down, actually. Because, like, linking myself to Hearthstone is a big deal. And I am consuming, because my title is, like, ridiculously powerful. So anytime I talk for, like, 2 hours about something, you know, it kind of matters. And I still have to be able to, like, read the future of what will happen if I just keep growing like this. Steadily, 20% each month. It's a ridiculous growth, by the way. Because, like, normally YouTube potentially grows just 1% every month. It's still a huge growth, and it changes the platform constantly. But if you can grow 20 times faster than YouTube, and constantly as well, no one can stop me, right? Who can stop me? Only I myself can stop myself. Until I run out of resources to grow by, but it's not gonna happen. Again, the demon that I fight with, the most formidable foe, is boredom. Is to make sure that I poke every single person out there. This is the scheme of how shadow people look like, alright? Oh, they look like viruses, right? Well, that's how Apocalypse works, I would imagine. Alright? This is how a shadow person looks like. He has his own, structure. He's very sensitive. I'm very sensitive to everything. So I don't want to be touched. That's why I have all these arms. But I also have arms because I have ridiculous amount of power. All right, so I can like influence. I know what influence is and how to do that by just poking people with a certain arm. I just rotate myself and poke with a certain arm. Yes, technically it feels like having sex all the time. This is how normies look like. They're like interconnected. Potentially, like some of them have children, some of them have lost ones. I don't care. Or like just very connected with parents, friends, actual connections, something they can summon really quickly. That's how they look like. All right, like they have attached portals or something. They can call other people very quickly. They call police or fucking doctors to lock you away or something. I don't know. It is scary. That's what normies always threaten you with. And it's very easy to detect a normie. But I've never really met like shadow people. This stuff is like very difficult to even detect. Because in order to detect a person, you have to poke it. And shadow people have like stretched out arms that are really difficult to poke. But potentially, if you're like very upset on someone, or you becoming like very, very confused, like what you should do, or you get sucked into like a weird type of feeling, maybe that's the indication that you're being constantly poked by a shadow person. Maybe you're a little bit too close, right? And I feel now I'm starting to like understand like maybe that happened way too many times. And you can start bumping into shadow people if you become like unstable, potentially, because you're still like supposed to escape shadows, and the first thing you're going to be attracted to is other shadow people, because like, well, how do I go back to the shadows, right? Is your instinct. Very interesting. Like, this is crazy shit. And this is like I figured it out. And there's just 3 types of people. There's also ascended ones. And might as well just fucking draw a triangle and just like, there's no structure, right? You can probably just shapeshift depending on situation. And there's the popular people who are just like circles. And the moment they stick out fucking a toenail, everyone's like zooming in. It's like, oh my god, a popular person did that. Can you believe that? That is crazy. And that it pisses me off, but like popular people are ridiculously big blobs of nothingness, and anything sticks out and everyone's obsessed with it. All right. Some popular people are blobs of nothingness, but some of them like project themselves out, and you can like suck that in. Like some people take a bunch of pictures of themselves. You just suck that into your system. Steal that shit. Fuck it, bro. Because they're like secretly trying to escape the popularity that they have, potentially. They just want to like, that's the real me actually. And if you just suck it in, it's like, oh, I guess I don't want to be a part of that person. I don't want to associate with that person. So they keep like testing grounds for like, where do I fucking land? Because where do I pop? So yeah, there's like different end games for different people, and it's so fascinating. Like fucking hell, bro. Every time I find new knowledge, it keeps growing on me. It is very scary. And now like I'm sitting here like it's supposed to be a 2-hour video. Can I make it in 2 hours? I barely scratched 30 seconds of my actual video. Because they're still ignoring me, you know. They don't reply. The way we're gonna be able to see the difference between me and this video is by going double the speed. Let's go, baby. To my messages. And that's how you become a leader. You just say things first. You're the first one to poke something. And you kind of just hold on to it, keep your eye on it, not let them escape, you know, put them in shackle mode. Even over distance, over the internet, I don't care, bro. I'll keep an eye on you guys. I already replied to your future comment, by the way. And I already replied to your future comment, by the way. I did. Check your comment that you made. I replied to it, guys. But it's so sad. Like I don't receive comments, bro. It doesn't happen. Let's just skip the sadness. I think it's the appropriate thing to do. But the first thing you have to know. Oh fuck me, bro. there's going to be a gap right in there. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. It's funny because you won't be able to actually listen to this video in 2 times speed, because I already do. I don't know, man. It's so scary. It's like, how do I make these videos as best as I can is the challenge, right? I make the most weirdest shit ever, and I want to improve constantly because, like, 2 hours can be improved many ways. Like, Mr. Beast can barely improve his videos, but, like, when I sit here for 2 hours and I have bare amount of resources, I can improve constantly. And that's also adding a lot of knowledge. Anytime I do something new, not just learn something new, but I will learn something new because I did something new, and all I have to do is be observant, and it still teaches me a lot of things, and now I have to store that knowledge, and YouTube is technically infinite amount of storage as well. So it's like my main source of just offloading all the knowledge that I have. I literally just vlog. Or I sit here and technically just vlog whatever happens. Alright, I beaten my mom. To some extent. Because I ate my own fucking egg. I should have kept it. Yeah, it's Easter. And I feel like a winner, guys. That's all I need to do, guys. Just beat my mom. I'm sure she's gonna be broken-hearted for the rest of her life because of this. I also ate her egg as well. Anyways. Let's keep going. I'm probably just gonna put this in the background, but it's still at 2 times speed, so anytime I get triggered to do something. But first I have to, like, read all this stuff as well and explain it. So again, there's a lot of coincidences that stacked on top of each other, or it feels like knowledge just came out of nowhere. It feels like I just put elements together, 4 elements, at school, all the way back like 10 years ago. And then I realized, wait, isn't that like useful? Like, there's actually 4 elements, like 4 seasons and stuff. I put 4 elements because I needed to split 4 seasons and then split into 12 months. It was like the clock thing. And then I realized, wait, this is useful. Like, 4 elements have like different personalities too. And then it wasn't 12, it wasn't 4, it was 8 personalities, because all 4 seasons can be split into extrovert and introvert versions. Like, the way to look at this, alright, I made a clock, split into 12 months and stuff. But the way you look at this is like incline and decline. Introvert, extrovert, something like that, right? People who climb and people who just fall for everything as their person. It's so interesting in every single element. And it's like, what? And I looked into myself and I'm like, oh, wait, I'll also stuck in a personality. I'm like the smart person. And I realized it's an earth personality, and also I'm obviously an introvert because I'm ridiculously sensitive. And I just want to hide myself naturally, but I hidden myself so well that I just fall into the shadows. Alright. And now I'm here. Shadows versus light. I started, collecting power. Because people didn't want to stop me. They didn't want to interact with me. They were not capable of distracting me. Everyone kind of does their thing. And most people assume that when you do your thing, you just go to job and slave for 12 hours a day or some bullshit like that. And my reality is not that. I am totally free. Without income, necessarily. Just government pays for all this shit. And technically my mom pays for it, and it's gonna happen for the rest of our lives. I mean, nothing's gonna change, very likely, unless I get exposed, by the light. But then I have to, be challenged to take advantage of it Still gonna be very difficult, because that's just not what I naturally do. But let's put this in the background, let's put the fucking game on or something, so I get to focus and it doesn't interrupt me, because I can put on a card game, and I can switch back and forth very easily. What else do we have? Yeah, I just still want to read all of this stuff, technically. If you hold a title for long enough, it's also the best challenge you can have for yourself. Grab a title. Right now, in the end of the video, I started realizing everyone was the actual CEO, the first one, was like selling NFTs off YouTube. So in a way, YouTube CEO was the like salesman of YouTube, and yes, I can still like agree. Like, yes, you did a good job. I can look at her as like mom figure too. So why not? Why not? Like, yeah, YouTube you are the first one. I'm just the second man on the moon. But I've been YouTube CEO longer than the new one, which is also funny. I've been just slightly longer than her official stepping down moment. And her stepping down moment is pathetic. It's like a message to everyone. It's not even a YouTube video, not even a staring at the camera and taking advantage of things. But we must understand, like, but still, it's like, was she like YouTube CEO, or was just a typical Google employee with a lot of power? That's why Way is so questionable, right? So when I say NFTs of YouTube is just seats in a movie theater, all right, or toys for the introverts. So whichever one you like, you get NFTs of that. You get ability to participate somehow. You build your Lego house, and you screamed a specific part of the movie. You get a participation token. That's what the true token is about: participation, ability to invest more and more and more to make something more and more meaningful. And NFTs have existed many years now. Like, YouTube channel is an NFT. You can add value to it as much as you want. You can collect things. You can do whatever you want. You can organize things and make it look pretty. Very simple. And a lot of like celebrities fail to build their YouTube channels, so it looks ridiculously appealing and clickable all the time. Their thumbnail appears. This is where it starts, right? And they have to establish their authority, their likability, the fact that they need subscribers to begin with, they need followers, or maybe they don't. Like, what, celebrities feel on top of the world, but not really? They're just gonna ignore YouTube? And that's how it feels like. A lot of celebrities just ignore YouTube. They think just, oh, it's just a place where you upload music videos. Like, they have been brainwashed so badly if they think that's all there is. The best thing that happened recently is like Alan Walker uploaded a challenge video, and it's like, wow, you found a new archetype on YouTube, a challenge video. Except your music sucks during that challenge. So I guess you did a terrible challenge video, and now you're not gonna do that anymore. We have to like train celebrities to actually care about uploading proper videos, so they don't feel like failures when they do it, because like, again, they don't want to stick a toenail out if it fails, all right? If it fails to function as a piece of, their identity. Because what their end game is technically to, stretch out, be as controversial as they want, do things that they want. Those arms is about reaching to things that you want to grab. When you're just a celebrity, you literally can't do anything. You can just bounce around and nothing sticks onto you. You cannot grab onto anything. I can grab anything, but then it starts dragging me potentially into weird places and and things. So with YouTube, I can actually feel safe, where I can have control to grab onto anything for as long as I want and just release it and be like, wow, this actually very powerful thing. And yes, you think this is science? Do you look at this and you think it's science? It's literally psychic abilities to understand how everything works, and, well, psychic abilities to be able to memorize this structure really fast and like really fast detect how it truly works. It took me, what, 4 months or something? Because I recognized that I'm a shadow person very recently. Maybe even like 3 months. And here we are, to the final structure of how everything looks like. It's just so crazy, bro. So in between on normies, popular kids, and the shadows is where I live. Untouchable, but also very lonely. But that's fine, because I have a clear path towards success. No one can stop me. If they don't want to challenge me, then you cannot stop me from growing. It's just how it works. But I have to feed the goddamn demon to make sure I keep up to speed, right? The demon just keeps me on my toes to make sure that I'm doing a good job, alright? Demon of boredom. If you allow yourself to be bored, people will treat you like shit. Alright? Maybe that's just the thing I say to myself. But the idea is, like, that is the most powerful demon, so I have it. Alright? I have one. If you want to be an influencer, you have to have this demon in your room constantly asking you, like, you getting bored, bro? You should be doing something. Anything. You should be coming up with ideas. You should be investigating your ideas. And you have to constantly do these backflips where, like, it's really complicated to keep up with everything you're doing. You know, I open the fucking game and I still can't play it because I still have to read this shit. Not be bored. Title ensures that. Title, again, you challenge yourself to be something. And you still have to, like, find a special place. I will challenge anyone who tries to steal my title, obviously. That's the way to keep the title. And the way to steal my title is actually, there's instructions for that too. And the first time I declared I am ytceo, I also gave a way to steal my title. It's pretty difficult, but right now I receive 10 hours of watch time in one day. So it's actually possible in 10 days to steal my title. Possible, but it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen, you know. And the rules will be changed accordingly to defend myself. But it's just not gonna happen. No one is gonna watch the thing. Alright, and even if I say, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Because if you want to steal my title, you also must understand, yes, I will lose it, but who's gonna have it? Alright, I'm just gonna suck it back up again if I lose it. If I get knocked out, I'm just gonna take one week break from being ytceo or something. It's not gonna take too long. It sucks to be lonely, and but you don't have to be. Again, maybe I'm just a little bit too grabby and just pull someone in. I don't know what happens. I should stop looking at this because this kind of nightmare fuel at the same time when you know too much. But with the internet, you don't have to be lonely. And like the information, if you are able to like put it together, it's very difficult. But that's the fun of it, you know, like you figure out how to do it. I show you how to date people. You can do that. You can attack people too, or you can just play games. every week even. I don't know. The things that are possible are quite fascinating to me. And, I look back and it's like, wow, I improved quite a bit. And the most important thing to improve is just to spread my message of how cool I am. Just to flex real hard. No need to have mercy for YouTubers because they're ridiculously replaceable. I mean, it's people like really care to attach themselves to certain YouTubers, and they feel really bad when those YouTubers go down in popularity or whatever. It becomes like very controversial potentially. There's no need to have mercy. I do have mercy for Onision, for people who get pulled by drama. If a just natural decline, if naturally someone becomes irrelevant, then no worries, they're gonna be replaced. If they come back, it's a little bit harder to replace them because, again, longevity allows you to break the replaceability, to be irreplaceable because you have survived for so long, you know so much, right? So knowledge also allows you to be irreplaceable based on how much you have contributed and how you keep contributing, because you don't have to stop. It's just, again, if someone is failing to be a YouTuber, then they're replaceable because there's so many people who want to take their spot anyways, and they're probably going to do even a better job and going to listen to me or other smart people on how to do their shit. So this is the one that triggered him. Number 7. Silence is behind the apocalypse we live today. I've mentioned it one line, and this guy just started vomiting. Because I repeated this thing a couple times now. I'm very concerned, and it started with silence. It's symbolized silence immediately. Viruses, man. Yeah, it's not about viruses, alright? Because I look like a fucking virus, spiritually, you know? That's how I look like, and if science is gonna be like, oh, that's how virus looks like COVID, guys. Shut the fuck up, asshole. No one cares. No one cares, bro. I don't have a constant zoom feature where I can zoom into people's bodies and detect whether they have COVID or not. I don't care. At the same time, I will keep my distance simply because I don't like people. It's a very natural instinct not to like people and not to get too close. Alright? And now you can just entangle yourself through the internet. So, the apocalypse is nothing scary. It's just you have to be able to adapt. And if you don't adapt, if you think you're gonna just have sex all the time and nothing terrible is gonna happen because you're clean, you have cleaned yourself, which is why people are obsessed with cleanness. They want to have sex all the time or be available as partners. Bullshit. You don't have to be clean all the time. You have to not take damage from dirt, but you don't have to be clean. Because that takes time to be clean and beautiful all the time. Or like muscular. It's terrifying. The things people do are terrifying. So you collect all this knowledge, all the bullshit things that people do, and just avoid it. The best way to collect knowledge is just avoid doing bullshit things. And again, this is entire playlist of like 50 videos now of bullshit things people do and believe in that you shouldn't be obsessed about. At least. All right, and that way you'll find balance very easily. So you need I don't know. Maybe I'll remind myself. I'll watch the entire video, consume my own shit for the first time in forever. The first time I actually did that was when I watched my YouTube Rewind. The pandemic version, like 9 hours long. Do you understand? I didn't split the video, I didn't do shit. It was just 9 hours long video. But the funny thing is, my YouTube Rewind, my current YouTube Rewind is just as long. It's just there's a short version of it, and then there's alternative versions, and then there's an explanation of every little thing in the YouTube Rewind and different ways that I interacted with the technically the thumbnail collection. So much available on YouTube. You just have to allow yourself to do whatever you want. You know, now it's the second stage of you wanted to use YouTube because you wanted money, but there's so many other valuable things to pursue beyond money. You have to laugh at people who are trying to give you 10% off your new VPN bullshit. No, I don't need anything that these people are selling. Not a thing. Alright? You want to give me a plushie? Give it for free. Alright? Give it to the people you care about, to the fans that you care about the most. That's going to give you a lot of relevancy. But if you just ask for money, I mean, that's cool, but you must know what you're doing. You're damaging your reputation and relevancy, and you're going to be replaced by people who are not willing to just take money blindly. You know, they need money to survive, and beyond that point, if you just secretly just grab people's pennies, right? That's the funny thing. Like, you can ask for a penny, and if we are able to like just transfer a penny through the power of the internet, which is probably possible, all right? We just don't know how to do it yet. We just transfer a penny from every single subscriber you have. Every now and then, you know, you ask for a penny. A special video, not an apology video, something like different. Like super duper advertisement or begging for that penny. I don't know. The beggar video. I don't know. It sounds fun to me. And you just collect pennies and you get to survive like the rest of the month. Or, I don't know. Like if you have 100,000 subscribers, you get $1,000. I mean, that's a monthly payment that people would be very happy with. Fantastic. You just collected pennies from your subscribers. That's it. And then every single subscriber is now aware that they have to pay a penny for every single subscription they have. It's so fun. It's a funny system. It's very interactive. And scary a little bit. It challenges you to like not lose your fucking pennies all the time. That would be fucking awesome. I should have this in the YouTube map. I mean YouTube mining. So feature number 62. Give me your penny. Alright, that's the coolest feature of all time. Alright, let's you didn't give me a penny, dude. I asked for a penny. Anyways, you have to give a penny to take a penny? What is that? Yeah, take care of your emotions. That's the way to get your psychic abilities. I'm like ridiculously sensitive, so of course I'll have it. But like everyone is technically, you know, the real celebrity. So like everyone is like looking at all the things that stick out because they know like, oh, they're gonna rickroll people all the time. But maybe the celebrity is gonna try and escape their bubble. Alright, we never know. That's so cool, right? Maybe they're gonna pop out. What? Such a weird thing, man. Reality is so weird. I can barely keep up, man. It's crazy, bro. So, welcome to hour number 2. We only made it through 10 points so far. So, you guys are lucky you have social media presence, right? Right? You have Facebook, Instagram, you have all these things, right? Because you have to establish yourself. You have to start growing your NFTs and just pick up the fucking chair and sit down. Sit the fuck down. No need to be a chicken sandwich all the time, alright? Just a miserable creature that has no presence on social media. Make a few comments. Feel free to do whatever you want, please. Alright? it's a miserable life if you don't do that, because, like, there's no consequences. I've tried. I've tried to make comments. There's no the only consequence is that you realize how fucking lonely you are. Alright? By trying to talk to people, you will realize how lonely you are. That's the consequence. I swear, it's terrifying. But, like, fuck it, like, you do whatever you want at that point. Until you start picking up attention, and then you have to respect it, obviously. You things constantly change, so you have to respect the changes. But overall, you're gonna feel lonely. Because I just gave you instructions of how to feel lonely. That's the whole point. You got rickrolled, guys. Anyways, normies are willing to do crazy things, and I just want to normalize that. The crazy thing is go outside and socialize. Very crazy that you don't need to do that. Again, use social media. Your social media presence is presence in every single person's home. And if they want to, like, socialize, they have to send you intentions to do that over the internet as well. There's no escape, right? We're not gonna go outside and knock on people's doors anymore. We used to do that. Like, I used to do that with the children used to do that without the internet. Like, if you questioning what happened in the world without the internet, well, we used to actually go outside. If we didn't find people to socialize with and play with during the day, where you just go outside and you find people in the playground, then you just kind of go to knock on people's doors and just invite them in and see what's up, right? That was the way of life. Now it changed, and you have to keep adapting. And now you have to keep adapting on top of that, because the apocalypse. You're challenged now to understand as best as you can what is happening in the world. The next phase of apocalypse is completely unknown. It can be just anything you people really want it to be. Because that's the whole point of the apocalypse, is the question mark apocalypse. Whatever people summon, whatever demon people summon, we're gonna have to deal with it. Whatever desire people have, we'll just have to deal with it. We just have to burn it to the ground or embrace it. I don't know. It's probably gonna be a nasty little shitty demon, but at least I know that's the plan, for the next apocalypse for 2024. Alright, maybe they will activate a dragon card. But that's what I'm hoping for, alright? Please vote for my meme. My meme is activating a dragon card. Thank you very much. Normies, yeah. So normalize it. It's a tough job normalizing things, because, you have to be ahead of the time. Everyone's getting their smartphones. Everyone's understanding that social media exists, but you have to be able to be ahead of all of them and use it for full potential. And it's so fucking difficult. You have to be ahead of every one of them, because otherwise they get employment, they weigh you down, I'm not employing a single one. I'm not giving my pennies, guys. Fuck it, bro. I will work very hard on my own and do maximum damage on my own. Alright? But at this point, no, I should give up, because, like, I have so many things to do. But the reason why I will not give up is that the boredom demon is, like, very excited to be like, but wait, dude. But wait, maybe they will summon me. Maybe you're gonna be the best one. Maybe you're gonna rule 2024. Shut the fuck up about that. The actual thing I wanted to say is, if I don't employ people, if I do things on my own, I get the experience. That's the whole fucking point. I get to not be bored. So, as long as I am just overwhelmed with things to do, the boredom demon, the biggest enemy of all time, is gonna be happy. I have no threats to my life. There's nothing that can defeat me anymore. Because, the scariest thing is to be locked in the fucking room and be bored. That's the scariest thing. All right, that's the demon that people are dealing with all the time. So I just like summon it for myself, and I'm like, I can handle this one. All right, this one is easy, and it causes a lot of mental problems. It destroys your future. It steals your time. Because if you're bored, you get sucked into this motion where you don't want to do anything. Everything sucks. Your friendships fall apart. Like, boredom can destroy so many things. But this is not the story about boredom. Is the story about acknowledging who you are, what you're dealing with, how to deal with it. Like, knowledge is gonna set you free, guys. Freedom. I know you're in love with so many things, but you gotta let go of the stupid ones. You know, that's what normalizing is. People do crazy things, and it is crazy. Like, they go crazy. Like, you hold a smartphone, and it only existed like 20 years, and it drives you crazy because, like, it keeps updating. Why is my smartphone updating? Why do I need a new one? What is happening to me? You know, they go crazy, I understand. And so we need to, as influencers, we need to keep up with the fucking insanity that's going on. It's like we're inventing new. We're reaching God level of power. Just like that, like exponentially growing our powers. Not just like technological fucking stuff, but like we actually harvest knowledge with technology as well. Not just food, not just connecting to people, but like knowledge too and power in the end, technically. But knowledge can make you go crazy as well. So that's another reason to normalize people's behavior. If you have just one resource, you'll be known for that. So this is what normies usually do, and I've bumped into two of them. Two of my friends were like, what is your favorite song? In the end of a conversation after I poked them very hard. And the other one was like, oh, we should come together and meet and socialize and stuff outside one day. Can you agree on that? Will we do that? And potentially they have like sinister reasons why they ask for this, because they sometimes win the conversation, where someone just submits to them 100%. So maybe they're fishing, but if you just collect one resource, well, you're either evil, or you're stupid, or who cares? You're just gonna lose that resource anyways. Because even if you build a bank with a bunch of money, your bank will be robbed one way or the other. You will have to pay taxes for your stupid bank. It's not like you're gonna be able to print money as a bank, alright? As that one resource. If you print money, you become, well, evil. The money becomes fake, and it's going to be replaced, and your bank is just going to be shut down for being fake and stupid. So there's so many ways to just fail if the only thing you provide is one resource. If that's what you're known for, the moment you are predictable to begin with, you're very easy to be manipulated. All right, so I will send warning to these people that they should not do that. But the only way to send them a warning is to invite them to a place where I can actually send warnings with the tap of a copy and paste. One time. You must make things effortless. Yes, I know people are like different type of creatures, but like they have to receive that one message. They can receive it in different ways, personally. I don't care what you do with the message. You can talk to me personally if you feel uncomfortable with whatever is going on, but you can't tell me that I have to talk to every single person individually. Myself. I have to find the courage to talk to every single person individually and care about them. It's not gonna happen. Alright? I'm breaking up with you in terms of that way, alright? But I still have my sexy Instagram account that you can follow. No, I have like ridiculously juicy YouTube account. Because I'm a goddamn CEO and I, like, realized the mistake the previous one did. And now I'm just, one step ahead of the game. Let's go. People think they can play a game and get offended at the same time. People need to, like, they wish to find a reason to start vomiting, to start being bad. They try to find the reason to do that. And it's like, the moment they are on the edge of, like, getting offended, they feel like, you push the boundaries of my personal boundaries. And honestly, I don't give a fuck about your boundaries. If you got pushed, you're emotionally weak most of the time. 99% of the time, you're just a weak person if you got pushed. If you got offended, you're a loser. Alright? If I get offended, I make a YouTube video about it and move on. I don't know hard feelings. In fact, like, it's even a bonding relationship. You know, you potentially 90% of the time, no, not 99, but 90% of the time, I will look at you as a better person because I got to know you by kind of getting offended in the moment. But if you get offended, don't summon a fucking demon. Don't start vomiting on me your opinions. I don't need that shit. Alright? I don't need you to try and cancel me either if I'm popular enough to be canceled to begin with. I don't care about that, alright? I don't care about you being offended. Because all people do when they get offended, they go to Twitter to bitch about it. Is their safe haven of being offended moment. I'm sorry, bro. I don't see that on TikTok, people getting offended. Maybe it's getting filtered out. That's cool. The only person I saw offended is my dad. My new dad. I adopted my new dad. Alright? I found him with the Milky, and I adopted the Pearlman, dude. But he's starting to talk shit, man. Starting to lose it. I can't keep up with that guy. So you feel attacked, you embrace that immediately. Yeah, like, it's weird, like, people get offended quite easily, but the first thing they do is not attack you back, is, become silent about it, become, like, resentful of you, and it's so annoying. But, like, that's what happens. I poke someone and they get offended. That's my perspective, potentially. It's very easy for me to offend people because I poke them really hard. And they're like, but what is happening? It's almost like I don't exist, I'm just a shadow person. But I can poke people very hard. Like a ghost. And they're like, what was happening? I didn't expect that. That's not how it works. You don't understand anything. Yeah, I have so much knowledge. And I also have ability to be visible and real in your world, wherever you are, my friend. It's hard to be a YouTuber when you can't look down to your fans. Especially pathetic ones. In the comment section, like, you have to take care of that shit. Why would you not look down to the comment section? But people are, like, increasingly more scared of that. But you can't just look down. You also have to interact and show that you did looked. And that's where the fear increases exponentially. Alright, because people are gonna be like little chickens of like, I'm hungry, I want the worm, and everyone just opening their mouths. It's like, give me the worm. I found the worm in the comment section. You're giving attention to people in the comment section. And it's like, if you want to meet fans, do you go to real life event where just a bunch of screaming little pieces of shit, or you actually let people say what the opinion that they want to say and interact with their opinion? And it's just like a very satisfying moment between a YouTuber and your fucking fans or whatever. That is the best way to go. Like, YouTube has potential to replace even more things than just video. Replace interactions. It's pretty scary, alright? But that's where we're going. I'm sorry. The screen that you're attached to, that you see things through, there's gonna be more of that in your life. So prepare to buy yourself some glasses, because your eyes are gonna melt out. Everyone's gonna be wearing glasses in the future. Probably just protective glasses, if not real ones. Just protective ones. I swear, bro. So the next thing, if you want to be big, you have to talk to the little people first. You have to understand what is the difference between big and small, first of all. And the little people will just be like, oh yeah, you should be big. They will give you confirmation that you are better than them, you know. The little people just want to remain little, potentially. That's their destiny. And also little people want to, like, contribute other little people in case they want to get bigger, right? Because you have potentially the same dreams. You have to talk to them first. You gotta be a little bit of a hobbit, alright? Before you find that ring of getting big. And empower people as well. You have to promise little people to empower them in case they want to be big as well. Because again, a lot of people just have like small egos, or they're just actually tiny people. I don't know. Or they're just very abused, or they come from darkness. Because I myself, if you just cut this off, I'm a very small person in comparison, and very sensitive. Maybe I'm already big, and who cares, right? Maybe I'm giant, and I have nuclear weapons on my fingertips. I don't know. It's still very unidentified object, but it is what it is. You need to balance between love and freedom. You must understand, these are like opposing forces. They want to steal your attention. It's like, and potentially you have to switch the light every now and then. I would do it like daily. The odd days you care about love, and the even days you care about, well, even days should be love, and the odd days about freedom. Right? Odd days? When you feel odd, you need freedom. When you feel even, you need love. Right? Oh, well, we can start there. Alright. So that's cool. Right now it's the odd day. It was even day. So right now we need freedom. And god damn it, I'm running out of time. I am running it. Anytime. Give me time, bro. I could be homeless anytime. No! No, if I run out of time, I become homeless. And it's because people get bored. No! No, but that's true. I could be homeless. If I fail to do my thing, if I fail to contribute to society, if I fail to stimulate my brain and collect knowledge and overwhelm people. Because, when people get evil, it's very difficult to overwhelm them because now they're becoming like bullets charging at you. They're just turning themselves into bullets. But if someone is evil and they get knocked out and you win, now you can take anything from them you want. Obviously, don't take too much. Don't become evil yourself, and you still have to identify, the best thing you can take. Just to be, like, honorable with your kill. You have defeated someone, you just take a very meaningful thing that they have. The most meaningful thing is the most fascinating thing to take for me personally. Because they will try to take it back for some reason, but in the most pathetic ways, I would imagine. The most pathetic ways. But you can see that learning how to project emotions is ridiculously important. And yeah, that's what as a YouTube CEO, like, as the ruler of YouTube, I sit here and I show you guys an example, a very simple example. What do you have to do to express yourself? Yes, you have to sit down for 2 hours, unscripted, no filters. Literally have to express yourself, and that's the only way you're gonna earn trust. And if you don't like trust as an influencer, you'll get cancelled. You're on my list of getting cancelled right now. If you don't have enough sanity, YouTube is gonna get ramped up. It's gonna be more and more difficult to keep up because there's gonna be a higher level of competition. So if you run out of sanity, you're gonna get removed, destroyed, or worst, I'm gonna say hi to you. That's the worst thing that can happen to you, is I make a video about you and I say hi. Hey dude, have you lost your sanity, bro? No? No, you sure? I made a video about you though. You feel pretty juicy to me. Like, women lose sanity very early on because like they have to deal with not being pretty anymore. So for me, like, women look pretty juicy. Especially if they try and hide, it gets even juicier. If you try to hide, if you get married or whatever, especially as a celebrity, like, come on, man. You can't hide from me. You getting fat? You can't hide from me. So, you getting scary? Fancy. You're still young, though. I'm literally talking to my Powerpuff Girls, and it's hilarious. And then I talked to Taylor because she summoned herself and asked a question. What would happen if you kissed someone in a crowded room and everyone started clapping after laughing at you? And it's like, what? You're no longer making music about your exes. You have genuine questions of what would you do. Well, we'll see what you do when you get kissed in a crowded room. We'll see. When it's meaningful, you have to make it meaningful. That's the whole point. Because she's like, oh, I know what I would do, though. Yeah. Yeah, narcissism. I know I would do because I asked this question and I read the comments. Yeah. Because I need the answers, though. It's so funny. It's the funniest thing about it. That's the funniest. That's funny. But, like, she's the oldest out of the Powerpuff Girls, and, like, it always comes up. But she's, like, the hottest one, too. The Shakira effect. But cool. I'm great. I'm very glad. Very glad. You need to find... Yeah, I'm surprised. At first I thought Selena is the hottest. Then Ari is, like, still on her toes, and it's, like, the sweetest thing, and I want to have her in my bed forever. But then Taylor is like, no, the actual definition of hotness is me. And now I believe that, actually, so I don't know what to believe anymore. It keeps changing. The seasons change, guys. Anyways, project emotions. And you're gonna get incredibly rewarded, even if it's just internally. Like, I'm literally talking about celebrities here, and it's overwhelming to try and to grasp what the fuck is happening. How can my heart comprehend a celebrity? But I can. And I can date them. I can do whatever I want. I'm that fucking powerful, bro. And, I fart, and there's another COVID wave, guys. Another wave of COVID, because I farted, guys. Your future can be predicted. Unless I fart, then it's very predictable. That's the point. No, but the point of building your future is that you cannot predict your future. If you cannot predict your future, you did a great job. I have no fucking idea what's gonna happen. Alright? I have linked myself to celebrities and they're just gonna throw me off a cliff, man. Just, yeet. And they're gonna call it the Rainbow Road or something, and we're probably just gonna splash really hard. Fantastic. I can't swim, by the way. Make sure there's water, but, like, I can't swim either, so I will die either way. You throw me off a cliff, I die. That's very predictable, so you're doing a very bad job, celebrities. Try and pick something else to put into my brain right now. I'm sorry, bro. Also, a psychic ability is just to be able to talk for 2 hours. Yeah, that's psychic ability. Alright, just literally my brain juicing out constantly. I can't stop it. The river flows, guys. So, yeah. Being unpredictable for your future is the point. Potentially, people really desperately want me to be predictable so they can fucking understand what I'm doing to begin with and make fun of me or whatever, make me popular. I'm not gonna do that because I have the craziest future of all time. So literally, my being is unpredictable still. I'm like on fire all the time. Just who knows? I know too much, so I predict future myself. So that is scary, all right? And if it's scary, then it's just it's okay for me to not be predictable myself. And we don't even talk about that. We just talk about futures being unpredictable is the point. If you know what you're gonna do in the future, you're stupid. All right? You have no idea. People get married, they get children, they get friends, they harvest all the resources of life, but all they did is bought a movie ticket. Now you're gonna see the movie, all right? With all the things you have gathered, all the popcorn and all the people that you have surrounded yourself with. But all you're gonna do is see a movie. But then you're gonna be sucked into this fantasy world where anything is possible. At the same time, as you watch the movie, you're gonna get sucked into the movie. What are you gonna do then? You know, yeah, it was cool while as a child into adulthood, into early adulthood, you have been collecting resources, but when you actually get to use the resources, it is unpredictable what's going to happen. And you're going to be challenged in so many ways, slowly and surely. That's the other side of your life. Your life is going to get even more exciting and weird as you go. So there's a reason not to be crazy. All right? Be normal. All right? Normies should be normal and not crazy, because life gets crazier and crazier and doesn't stop with you like settling down with a person and making a relationship. It doesn't stop there, my friends. It just starts. All right? The moment you settle down, your life starts getting crazy. All right? Because then you fucking relax and it's like, oh, there's so many things I haven't done and I haven't focused on. You realize that. What happens when ytceo is more controversial than entire YouTube combined? But technically, am I controversial? Probably not. Maybe I'm exaggerating. It's just people think that I have controversial opinions because I'm technically fighting against them, and at the same time I'm not. I'm like sugarcoating my opinions so it doesn't feel controversial. So no one actually knows whether I am controversial or not. They can throw the word at me, and I'm just gonna reflect it onto them. It's like, you're just as controversial by saying that I'm controversial because maybe people disagree. Maybe it's a controversial opinion. An opinion is only controversial if you are fighting against a popular opinion and you became popular yourself. So it's like this. There's this well-known popular opinion, and then there's this little moon thing that's now circling around and being controversial and stuff. Even though it's circling around, the Earth is still fucking flat, by the way. And so, it slowly, like, drains the powers. That's kind of probably how the moon works. Moon is the most controversial thing in the universe. And we have to destroy it. No, that would be... I hope the moon did not hurt it. I hope the moon did not hurt what I just said. He would destroy me, I believe. Maybe moon sucks in souls all the time, and we don't even notice that. Maybe people disappear because of the moon. So yeah, like it's very controversial to have an opinion challenging a big opinion. And you literally challenge as a little person, you're challenging the big one. How did that happen? That's what controversy is. And then you can be like, which side are you on? Controversy also tears you apart. And also it has two effects or three definitions. So the first definition is my definition, is better word for diversity. Well, something new popped in and, well, you have to acknowledge it. You have to acknowledge it. You were not diverse enough, so this thing popped in. Alright? So you have to suck it back into your system somehow. Or lose. Very likely not gonna lose. Just because like TikTok showed up doesn't mean YouTube has to disappear and be outcompeted. TikTok's existence is controversial against YouTube. And there's diversity for me. I don't see controversial as like a big deal. Normally, anything controversial gets removed from the board eventually. All right. Just like you play chess, and the most controversial thing is that there's pieces on the board. All right. The kings might not be controversial, but the other pieces, like what the fuck are they doing on the board? You have to sacrifice the rook. Have you done that yet? Good place to start. Very controversial if you don't sacrifice the rook. You don't have to sacrifice the queen, as you can keep it, but sacrificing the rook is like, you have to do that. You castled and sacrificed the rook, man. That's what you do. And it sometimes means about to get cancelled. So controversial can mean about to get cancelled, like... the funny thing is that I highlight is like, everyone feels the vibe of like, oh, Mr. Beast is about to get cancelled. But how? How would he get cancelled? Or is he get stronger right now? Are you guys preparing him to, you know, with all the controversies, to make him stronger and stuff? Because I will pop my head out, and potentially I'll be rival to Mr. Beast himself. What's gonna happen, right? I might want just like a few subscribers myself, man. Where's my subscribers? I'm ytceo. Where's my pennies and subscribers, bro? Give me that shit. So, but probably Mr. Beast is gonna like, oh, take my $10,000 and shut the fuck up. And then I'll do that for a little bit. Until people gonna rip my $10,000 apart because I want a lottery from Mr. Beast. I don't want your filthy money, Mr. Beast. You have to give me money in a spectacular fashion. So I'll have to weaponize myself against for this ultimate and ridiculous competition. All right, because there's a vibe that people just kind of want to cancel Mr. Beast. Because he's becoming controversial in the most stupidest way. Like, everything he does is controversial. People are uncomfortable with Mr. Beast. You have to take that in consideration, that there's an opportunity brewing for Mr. Beast to be defeated. And he's just way too young still. I don't care how passionate you are about YouTube and how crazy your content is and how overwhelming it is. Don't think that you are not... you're immune to damage entirely. You know, if you're young, I will look down upon you. I don't care, bro. Because I lived in the shadows, bro. As a popular person, the only thing you have is friends. You know, now you have to be, like, expose your personality for everyone to see because you're way too popular. You can't hide yourself. So, the next thing to do is to surround yourself with protective people. But the funny thing is, for some reason, I suck in Mr. Beast into my dream world somehow. And I was even able to send him a message of like, well, people need to be sane on YouTube. So that's what I'll be looking after. Sanity. 50% sanity. If you lose it, you lose everything. Your channels and stuff. You know, and you shouldn't brag about the feel like, if I die, then I give my channel to Chandler or whatever. To Chandler. The third definition is just more attention than usual. So, the best definition for controversial is that, well, it's just, there's more attention, and there's, like, more reason to give attention, and it tries to entice you, like, people usually, when they spread a rumor, they exaggerate, because we know that rumors tend to, like, shrink down in size as they travel across mouth to mouth. So we have to, like, exaggerate it first, and if you're, like, very close to the source of the rumor, you can get very scared of, like, oh, but why is Mr. Beast getting cancelled? You might ask yourself this question, and the reality is just people spreading a rumor. as best as they can. They're just trying really hard. They're exaggerating every single little thing about Mr. Beast. It's just that simple. Shadow hides you, and the most powerful thing is being unpredictable, which I turned into Predict Catblet. Yeah, I just felt like doing that. Isn't that cool? Can you really call Susan YouTube CEO? So, we discussed that. We discussed the seats and the toys, and you have to, acknowledge the NFT you have received. Alright, and how does it look like? You sit in a seat, yes, but what angle? What are you surrounded with? How can you interact with the people that are your wingmen, technically? What can you do from your seat? Can you buy something? Have anything in your pockets? You have to, check everything. Now that you bought your fucking NFT on YouTube, you have invested. What did you do? Look back into your channel. Can you improve something? There's so many questions now. Just by buying NFT, just by becoming a YouTuber, it's not the end game. There's ways to improve. Have I said unpredictable? Again, I will have a limited time to be CEO, but potentially it's going to be 15 years. I'll be YouTube CEO for 15 years. Susan took a long time to be knocked out. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna take just as long. Yes, once you get the vibe of a train, you also need to understand it's a normal train. So technically, I declare myself as YouTube CEO now. I'm sitting in the train of getting delivered to the people. All right. Somehow it's probably gonna take a few years for a train to arrive and make me viral and stuff, and just kind of ruin my channel because I'll try and run away from being viral. I don't like that. I don't like spotlights. All right. It's gonna blind me even more. No, I don't want that. Laser surgery? Are you fucking you gonna put lasers in my eyes to try and fix me? Leave me alone, guys. So you have to sit in the train, and because I'm defined as YouTube CEO, I have a very luxurious place on the train, and I just sit here. I can get to know people, I can walk around a little bit, but I have to go back to my seat and make sure my seat is not taken by some fucking idiot, So it's a vibe. That's a vibe. That's another psychic power, is to able to imagine alternative versions of reality. What the fuck is going on, right? Now I'm transported into this train mode, and potentially will stick in my brain for a long time. Because it does rhyme with fucking brain in the first place, and Taylor is trying to take the tea away. Don't do that, Taylor. Not your tea. It's not your. Leave Taylor. Train. So, I'm in this little train thing, and it glitched out again. Fuck my life. 8. Alright. I'm not driving the train, technically, but I'm definitely sending commands of where to go to try and explore, find the perfect place for me, so. And it's not I'm gonna go outside of the train when it stops. I'm just traveling, guys. I'm just gonna wave through my little window to show that I exist, that you were looking for actual YouTube CEO, not some Indian knockoff version. Here you go, guys. In the end, being a YouTuber is just a weird job. You have to treat it as a job, and if you got more than minimum wage, you're not rich. You just did your job a little bit faster than other people, and now you're gonna get potentially cancelled for being rich. That's it. That's all that happened. Having a job is you have a job for your entire lifetime. So make sure your YouTube career doesn't just snap end and your money gets stolen. Alright? Your job, after you get a bunch of money, is to keep your fucking money. Make sure you don't lose it. Again, you still worked, technically, a minimum wage job. I still don't acknowledge you as like a really fucking fascinating figure. You just robbed the bank because it was allowed to do that. And now everyone wants to do that, so no one is going to do it because now the bank is very secure. YouTube money is not available for anyone anymore. And if you think you can get some YouTube money, yes, if you sell your soul for it, thank you. Thank you for submitting your application to sell your soul. Thank you very much. So you have to double check as a YouTuber if you're successful. Have you sold your soul, technically? You know, double check, pinch yourself. Maybe you're dreaming now. Maybe you're starting to become transparent. I don't know, bro. Losing your sense of well-being or sense of self because you sold your fucking soul. That's what happens. You never know. Like, I would imagine every single animator does that because they have to, like, spend hours and hours and hours filling in the application of, please buy my soul for all this money that you have, YouTube, please. Shut the fuck up, man. But I accept. I accept your application looks very fancy. I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Animator. Most people are stuck watching random shit. I refer to TikTok. I watch shit when I eat stuff because I'm like, when I need to watch YouTube, I can't do that. I just can't watch YouTube, guys. There's nothing to watch on YouTube. And people would be like very confused, like, you're YouTube CEO, why is there nothing to watch for you? Haven't you subscribed to millions and millions of channels? Exactly. I have nothing to watch. I'm terrified. What is happening? Please upload faster. What is wrong with people? But at least we have TikTok where there's infinite amount of content, but it's also random shit technically because there's so much randomness. So it turns into shit regardless, unless you filter it, unless you know how to dig through shit like I do. I can do that. I know Sniper Wolf doesn't know how to do that, alright? Sniper Wolf is full of shit. So I'm probably also the only person that actually understands how TikTok even functions and what it's useful for. How to be rich quick, because some people like use TikTok to spread their ideologies or political views, or just like show tips and tricks, and not all the time is gonna work, right? It's not all the time gonna be controversial, and it requires your opinion has to be controversial for it to even pop out as a potential candidate for consideration. Otherwise, we're just gonna believe in what we already believed for a long time. It's like, why would I change my mind? Only if it's controversial will we change our minds. So that's why I have to be controversial to even be able to be YouTube CEO in the first place and knock the fucking Neil one out. Who's the Neil? There's only Neil before me, dude. There's only the second person on the moon. There's no Neil. There's no Neil person. There's a person called Neil. That is weird. I've seen an Indian guy, but if he's called Neil all the time, I'll gotta flip my shit, man. You gotta pick a better name, all right? Susan is like way too close to Satan, so but it's US. It has US in it, so I guess it works. All right, as YouTube CEO, congratulations. But if you take that US, then it's Satan. So please keep that. All right. It's like Susan is a very sexy little imp, but we don't want to see her naked. Keep US on US flag. Is someone wearing a US flag is a sexy babe with a US flag, but please don't be naked in front of everyone. That is weird. But I guess that's how she was able to sell YouTube for everyone. I need an image of that. I need image of that, guys. Alright? Send me AI-generated Susan with a US flag, but she's naked. But she also has to be very sexy. Not like 50-year-old Susan. The young version of her. Alright? AI geniuses out there. Figure that shit out for me, alright? Most people are stuck... Okay, so... How rich how to be rich quick. Be friends with a rich person. Like, people sell you get rich quick schemes, right? This is the only best way. All right? There's people out there who know how to be rich, who know how to get a lot of money. It's not something special. There's a lot of people who can make a lot of friends or have a bunch of sex all the time. Well, just be friends with them and learn their skills. That's it. That's it. But you actually have to, like, meet them, shake their hand, not be afraid of them. All these little things, you have to actually set things up to be a friend. So whenever something pops, you can be for them, you can be with them, and learn that skill. They're gonna, like, invite you to a party or wherever they go, whatever they do, they're gonna invite you into that situation and try to not be phased out or be scared. Or if you are scared, just walk away. Walk away. Say what you're concerned about and just walk away from this situation. So you have to also, like, learn how to be friends with people, and then you're going to be rich and famous and all the things that you want to be, but you have to be friendly first, all right? And that's a disgustingly difficult skill that I try to explain in like 20 seconds, and that was not a very friendly thing to do, but let's keep moving faster. I have 9 minutes. No, you can't communicate in the outside world either. It's just very hard. So I'm saying basically, some people think they can just go outside and start communicating and it's going to be like a normal thing to do, but right now it's not, and it's actually very difficult in the outside world because you're just filled with the hormones, everything matters, there's a lot of fucking blinking images. It's a lot more intense to go outside now and touching grass, as long as you're with another person, because that amplifies things to an intense amount, because you realize, the best example for it is, like, I can just sit here, write a message, and then do whatever the fuck I want to do. And then my friend responds, and then I just look into the message and be like, do I want to respond, or will I respond, like, next hour? But outside world, you have to respond immediately. The sparkles, man. You're gonna get knocked out if you don't respond. It's gonna be awkward. It's disgusting. It's very difficult to communicate in outside world. I'm sorry, bro. It's technically more potent. I don't want to drink that, though. I don't want to drink that one. Looks like poison to me. Or you're just gonna knock me out. Alright? I'm not drinking that. So, it's very difficult. For many reasons, and also people just don't know how to communicate anyways, so you have to test the waters before you dive in. You have to test whether they can fucking talk in the virtual world. And if you don't feel, like, comfortable with meeting them, then just, who cares? But you should still consider, And again, like my friends, I poked them and they poked me. And now this video is born, and I'm next level ytceo again. Every time I get to 10,000 milestone, I level up significantly, and I have to celebrate that significantly too. It's a happy moment for everyone, especially my haters. By the way, I want more haters in the comments, please, haters. Not dislike button. Dislike button is for extreme likers. Extreme likers, alright? Dislike button is like a double like button. It's a crazy like button that flipped around because it's so crazy. Alright? That's why we disable dislike button, because it's too powerful. It's too good. Alright? Everyone desperately loves YouTube Rewind. So that's why I brought it back. Everyone tried to bring it back, but everyone loves it so desperately that they lost their freedoms. They lost their minds, man. But I brought it back, and now you're gonna love it so fucking hard, your brain explodes. That's what's gonna happen. Alright? So you better not storm into ytceo or your brain will explode. That's the situation we're in, alright? I'm not putting a gun to your head, I'm just saying YouTube Rewind, and it's still just as powerful as a gun to your head. Please, yes. I'm probably gonna get some weird shit for my YouTube Rewind. Like, YouTube Rewind experience will be at least 10 times more crazy. At least 10 times. I don't even know. I'm responsible to make YouTube Rewind a reality, but if it accelerates 10 times every year, 10 times crazier and crazier, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go vomit from nausea, man. But it will happen. It's gonna be 10 times weirder and crazier than the last one. Because I have 10 times more knowledge. It's just a 1-to-1 ratio. Based on the knowledge that you have is what's gonna happen to your creation. Whatever you create. Alright? Again, I believe Mr. Beast is powerful because, first of all, he got lucky. But, on top of that, coincidence on top of coincidence, he's able to, like, drag his friends into contributing to the max. The way actually Mr. Beast got popular is through my eyeballs, alright? I saw Mr. Beast become actually popular. The rumors can go fuck themselves. The way that I saw Mr. Beast get popular is he dragged his friends into some weird challenges of, like, stay in the circle for as long as possible. To his friends. He was challenging them all the time. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what? This is kind of entertaining and just kind of stupid. And, like, but okay, that's your identity. And we figured out, like, his identity, he established it. He drags people to contribute for him and makes a lottery out of it at the same time. And that's the whole fucking identity. And I'm gonna beat his ass if I want to. I don't want to, though. I'm doing the YouTube Rewind, and he does not do YouTube Rewind. And that's it. That's the end of the story. He tried, and he failed miserably because he stopped. Is the only way you can fail, is if you stop. It's like, how do you lose a race, you know? Well, if you stop in the middle of the race and you're like, oh, I don't want to race anymore, then you fucking lost. Now you're definitely a loser. Last place, very likely last place. So, Mr. Beast done exactly that. Let's go this, try YouTube Rewind. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Alright. But, like, he literally made a YouTube Rewind where he says, I don't know what to do for YouTube Rewind. I'll make other people contribute, and that should work. And it did not work. And it's like, fuck yeah, bro. I guess you don't know how to drive a car, my friend. He just scratched it into a fucking tree. Probably called it Minecraft too, as well. Alright, that's cool. Slowing down time is simply caring more. So yeah, if I want to slow down time, I have to speed up. That's how you slow down time. And technically, like, if you look at Sonic, it's like, wow, Sonic knows how to slow down time way better than anyone else. All hail Sonic. Sonic is the new YouTube CEO. He can slow down time. He has that superpower. But what I wanted to highlight is that superpowers is a normal thing to have. Alright? A lot of people waste a lot of time, and if you stop doing that, you technically have slowed down time. Or you became faster than other people, but that's stupid. It's better to say you slow down time for yourself than to say that I'm very fast and wow. Because, like, people like mystery a little bit too much. But it depends, right? It's a 50-50. Some people want to be sane, some people want to be insane. And, that's cool. We'll figure that out, too. Anyways. So that was my little thing. And now I have to listen to the whole thing, but I have to also highlight the moment I hit 20,000. So let's plug my ears and show you guys the moment it happened. Alright, my mom doesn't know how to buy stuff without wasting too much money. It's scary, man. I could let her do that, but, like, she's gonna be hats over to Hearthstone 2 times a month. And then, well, Hearthstone twice. I take care of the brawl. It's the most fascinating thing, the most shadows things to do. So, what did I say? Maybe 107. Hearthstone, twice. I take care of the brawl. Is the most fascinating thing. The most fascinating thing. Yeah, I will regret everything that I do because that is scary. It is scary, man. Looking after yourself and trying to improve. It is scary. Being judged is very scary, but that's the whole point. That's why it works, alright? And, you know, if you're scared of something, you're feeling the most human emotion. But the next thing you have to do after fear is like, well, you got sucked into a new thing. You have to evolve that thing so you never get scared ever again, because you never want to be, like, distracted by your fear constantly, right? That's why I have psychic powers as well. Another reason for it is so I just have them, alright? I'm never gonna be scared of, like, a psychic comes up to me and it's like, I can predict your future. You're gonna get punched in the face. You know, you didn't even predict that? That's funny to me. You predict my future? Anyone who tries to predict your future desperately, you just punch them in the face, and it's the most funniest thing. You can just go to jail for it. Fuck it. I don't care. I'll just go to jail for it. I punched someone in the face because they try to predict my future. I think it's legal to punch someone like that. Shadows things to do. So, probably I'm not gonna do that, but I just said the thing. I think it should do it. 13! Exactly! Shut the fuck up, Taylor! Get out of here! Get out of this fucking video! Stupid fucking 13, bitch. Get out of here! Alright, bye. I'm being assaulted. But it was like exactly like 20,000, right? So it's like extra magical 101, bro. Oh my fucking god, bro. Exactly plus 30. What the fuck is this bullshit, man? I'm scared of numbers, alright? Sometimes you have psychic abilities and then you're scared of numbers. Technically, like, I'm excited to the point that I'm kind of look like I'm scared, but I'm just way too excited. And hopefully it matters. That fucking dude, he tried to jinx me with the number 12. But 13, alright, is the actual number that I was infected with. So try to keep that in mind when you talk to me, alright? Not 12, it's 13, and the wrong number. Bye, guys. Thank you guys for allowing me to be YouTube CEO that easily. Well, everything is easy when you come from the shadows. I literally have to be as original as possible with every solution that I make, like all this programming I have to do to sustain myself, to sustain my sanity, all these challenges. Like, no human being can fucking live that way that I do. Alright, it's the most unique and the most disgusting thing ever. But I did it, and I'll take my reward for it, thank you very much. I won't just be YouTube CEO as a job, I will also buy things for myself, like friendships and stuff. And Powerpuff Girls. Let's go, baby! Alright, bye. That was fun. I upgraded the video, right? I couldn't even watch my video because I upgrade so fast. There's so much more knowledge, especially when I just put it all down. And I remember everything as well. Everything I've said, I almost, like, remember. It's so crazy to me. But you have to sleep on it so it doesn't, like, entangle your memory. So that's cool. Or just write down and just, like, go through. Like, there's so many ways to do things. So many ways to improve. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. But the only thing we can improve is podcasts, alright? Everyone else is out of luck. You guys are losers. 10-minute videos? Fuck your shit. I don't like you. Alright? You're fired. 10-minute videos cannot be improved. Yes, they can, alright? But it's very, very difficult. I could say how you can improve it, but you will still be, like, confused of, like, what are you asking me to do? But the reality is, I'm not asking you to improve your 10-minute videos. I'm asking you to improve your sanity first. You have to upload other type of content that is very easy to improve. And then we can actually see the difference between what happened and what what step you made forward, where you are and how you put a step, something like that. All right. See you guys next time. Now I'm very glad about this video. I was very upset that my ending was like full of shit because I was just like eating stuff as a YouTube CEO. Every time I make a video about something, it's now part of my system. I have done it as a YouTube CEO. I've done that thing. Alright? And so I have to save it for what it is. So I've linked up to a lot of things, and they make me even more powerful and more. My real identity is almost going to be knocked out by the CEO rank. I can't wait for that to happen. And here's for 30,000. It's going to happen. So it's like every other month, as I've said. It's just going to keep happening. And that's how I feel as well. Like I improve ridiculously fast, and I don't know if it's gonna stop though. Is it gonna stop? Like, am I gonna improve at least 10% every single month? I'm scared, guy. That's one fear. That's exciting, but it's actual fear, and I don't know which one is it. The rate of improvement that I have to face. What? No way. But at the same, it's more exciting because rate of improvement simply means that you have achieved all these skills. You're just applying them to real life. That's it. And it's still probably just a simulation. I'm still just buying a movie ticket. You know, that's the idea. But we'll see. You know, movie ticket as YouTube CEO. You know, I'm trying to enter a movie, but as YouTube CEO, and it's kind of scary because like, and everyone's gonna look at me. It's like, wait, does he control the movie though? Because like he literally controls the movie, right? Everyone's gonna look at me weird. Also, like, isn't he like an introvert and he's watching movie with us? That's so stupid. He's gonna get abused. And it's like, well, I bought all the toys already, so that's cool. I stayed in my room forever, and I kept buying toys for free. So what else am I supposed to do? Right? I watched the movie with you guys. I'm extrovert now. And that's the scariest thing you can do. Go from introvert to extrovert. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. You can only do that because you're like surrounded with resources. You're sugar-coated as an extrovert, but you're still an introvert. No one can change your personality. It's the weirdest thing about life, but you just can't change who you are personality-wise. You can't do that. I don't know why. I wish I could, but it's kind of like it forces you to love the world and love specific type of people, because once you try those specific type of people, you can kind of relate and have their experience and their perspective, and that's another funny thing about YouTube. You can find whatever you care about the most. So, see you guys next time. I hope it inspired you to use YouTube more. I don't know. That's the idea. And look at it as and just be inspired in general. That's cool. Bye.